Hey everyone, welcome to Project Call 36 of Universe xyzDAO. We have actually some extremely exciting news and updates to go over, so I'm not going to waste any time and hand it over to Ryan.
Good morning, everyone. So I have a list of kind of the sprint goals that we're working towards this sprint. But as Mark said, we have some good news, and we're really excited because our AWS account has been unblocked after we've been pestering them, especially Troy, and we've been able to get them to unblock the creation of new services, meaning that we can continue setting up all of the backend infrastructure we need to get all of the kind of next products and releases out that we want to get out. So essentially unblocks a whole host of work that needs to be done, kind of major next steps. And it's going to let us like get the data scraper live, working really, really, really fast, continuing to test that, and then all the rest of the backend services like the marketplace API, and the universe app backend and so forth. So that's really exciting because that's been a the major blocker over the last roughly week and a half. And before that, we've, as you all know, had previous infrastructure issues. So it's really exciting that we get to kind of unblock that and start chugging back along. So just to kind of get everyone up to speed, some of the goals for Sprint 9 are to finish getting the dev environment in place, and to replicate this dev environment to both production and then to monitor the environment. We do need to do a bit of testing on it to make sure that everything is working in a way that the data has integrity, so that we're not like losing transfers, for example, and that we're really getting like a full complete set of NFT metadata, so like their art and descriptions and stuff, as well as the transfers and who owns what. So this is going to basically look like a giant database of a whole bunch of NFTs and a whole bunch of user transfers. And it's going to be a disgusting amount of records, but it's going to be a really, really cool data set that I think we're all really excited and, have been preparing for now like months. And it feels like it's finally coming to life. Let's see what else we got. So there's some backend testing going on and polishing. So with these kind of backends, well, we weren't able to deploy them recently, we have been able to make a lot of improvements on kind of the speed at which the data scraper is able to scrape, and to make it so that certain things can happen at the same time without blocking each other, meaning we'll be able to scrape really quickly both new NFTs coming in and historical NFTs, as well as other feature improvements, both on like the API, which makes certain requests faster, meaning the marketplace will load faster, and so forth. Up next, we're starting to test the front end for the Next.js market, along with the ERC 1155 support and improvement to the user profiles, as well as the My NFTs page, actually, and a whole bunch more tiny, like little changes. But I think those are the major marketplace front end updates: the 1155 support, Next.js, and the user profile and NFT improvements. Additionally, support for backend for bundles is finished up on the front end and the back end. So there's a little bit of testing to get that out. But that is very likely to be in the next major front end release. Additionally, there's some work going on the tiered auctions front end and back end. So the auctions components are kind of being fit together, and they're not being connected to the back end yet. Well, a lot of them are, but I think some of the newer features haven't been connected just yet. And I believe that's also going to have Next.js supported. Yeah, it definitely is. So both links to the marketplace and to the auctions are going to have really pretty search engine like metadata, where you can see like an image of the NFT, for example, or maybe the title of it, and it's going to look really pretty when you share it on socials. Lastly, we do have a little bit of progress being made on something called automated testing. This is pretty crucial because any update you make, you need to test a whole bunch of previous existing features to make sure that things aren't being broken. We call this regression testing. So one example of an automated test is making a listing on the marketplace. It's like, the part of the core feature set, and automating this basically allows us to introduce new features in a little bit faster way, where we know that like we updated this and we're not creating listings and they're still valid. You can still match them and so forth. So it's not something you guys really see on your end, but it is something that definitely aids in the sprints and lets us kind of test just a little bit faster. Obviously, automated testing isn't relied on entirely, but it's really useful when focused on like the really core features that you just don't need to be manual. I mean, kind of manually test them, but it's nice to have that spot check to say, hey, this still works, this still works, this still works. I think that essentially covers all of the marketplace Sprint 9 goals and kind of direction that we're going with the marketplace front end and auctions and so forth. I don't know if we want to do any polymorph updates with Zach, but if we do, I can kick it off to him.
What's up, guys? Ryan, I don't know how I'm gonna top your update, dude. It's been a while since I had some project called competition, but that's exciting. I'm excited.
You got
to see
some
the
pretty cool
marketplace.
stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I'm excited to
just
see
want to
the
harp
marketplace
on
stuff come together.
how important that update was, just in terms
Yeah.
of like, we have a product that we've been working on the back burner, and like the number one thing that's been holding us up is access to that account. So yeah, we don't expect things to go down like they have. We've upgraded our like service. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard not to be excited after this morning.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's awesome.
just as pumped after playing with some of the polymorph stuff too.
Yeah. Okay. So this week's pretty exciting. We got polymorphic faces coming out tomorrow. So the only way to claim these, I just want to reiterate, and it'll be reiterated multiple times in the Medium article. The only way to claim polymorphic faces is to go get a V1 polymorph if you don't already have one and burn it. It's not based on your polymorph V2 holdings, is based on how many polymorph V1s you've burned. And with just under, I think 1,000, I think there's 992 V2 polymorphs, the faces are going to be pretty hard to get. So that's pretty exciting. So I'll have a Medium article coming out later today, depending on when this project call gets uploaded, that explains a lot of that and gives some more details on the release. And then some other exciting things, since we got the polymorphic faces coming out tomorrow, then we can finally start implementing the polymorphic bridge, and we can get, moving over to Polygon gives us a lot more possibility for like interoperability with other projects and making scrambling cheaper, like I've been talking about on the gas side of things. So yeah, that's all really exciting. And then internally, what Tyler was just talking about, we do have some exciting, I don't want to say too much, but some exciting ways to interact with your polymorphs that's going to come in the next month or so. So be on the lookout for that. And at first, it'll be very much access will only be granted towards Universe NFT holders. But I'm sure we'll end up expanding out from there. So I'm excited to kind of share more of that when more of whatever that is ready. So
I just wanted to add one thing about the polymorphic faces. Just so people know a little bit more about it. We set out a few months ago, and like when we first released the polymorphs, we had some people like really complain. They weren't as crazy about the art, but we found a like mad love in our DGen community, and everyone I think that's holding polymorphs now like just absolutely loves them. I think anyone that kind of didn't like them got rid of them, but essentially we made this as like a cooler art drop, and we went into the NFT community and found like real artists to come and help us make this collaborative art project, and then combined it with the polymorphic contract. So it's just like another use case of like fun NFTs. But the cool part is like we had all these artists come together and make something that like was honestly a dope end project. Like what we have at the end like we didn't really know what to expect. Like we kind of let the artists do it how they wanted. I just gave simple guidelines, and honestly, the finished product is really dope. And we'll be highlighting some of those, are actually all those artists on our Twitter and Instagram. So definitely follow if you're not following us already on Instagram and Twitter, and definitely smash the like buttons and retweet so we can get those artists some exposure and get some eyes on their art. Because I think every single person who did that drop was extremely talented, and even some of our in-house artists joined. And honestly, I was blown away with it. But
Yeah, and
that's all I'm gonna say.
there's some interesting ways to like, since they scramble and you like have the same like metadata tech that the polymorphs use, you can like scramble some really interesting combinations of this art. And like it is really cool how all of these artists have very different styles, and they kind of stuck to their own artistic style on these, and just the way that they like blend together is really fun. So I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on these and start scrambling them.
Yeah, I think interactive art is gonna be fun. And I think when people see this, hopefully they, we always said like we want to create ideas and we want to do fun things. This is just another use case for those scrambling contracts. And we'd love to see other people also mess around with those polymorph contracts. Zach, sorry to
There's
interrupt,
more.
but do you
No,
have any
you're good.
more updates?
I'm pretty good. I have this whole like Medium article written out that I'm gonna release later today, so it has a lot of details. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I think that's all of our updates. The biggest update is AWS is back and Universe is back in business, baby. We're pushing updates soon. And thank you everyone that has stuck with us over these last few months. We know we've been struggling to get this shit up, but we got it now and we're back in business.
Yeah, and if you guys go to the Instagram, there's actually more regarding the polymorphic faces. There's more leaks on the Instagram right now than there is on the Twitter. So a little alpha on the IG for the faces.
Nice. All right, everyone. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. We love you. We'll see you next time. Thank you. See ya.
Later, guys.
Later.